G'day and welcome to the first episode of the Cherrybrook Tech Adepts Tech Adept Crafts. Today we're going to do a tutorial for how to make a simple rock spire using corrugated cardboard and a few other products. Hopefully you like the video. If you do, hit like, consider subscribing, and I'll try and bring you as many video tutorials as possible. Enjoy the video. All materials together. Corrugated cardboard. This is the box from my Ender 3 that I bought and put it to good use. A knife, sharp knife, a pencil, some PVA glue. Start drawing out the top piece of the rock spire that you want. Always be careful to draw the knife away from you. Number the pieces as you go. Very, very handy point, because if you happen to mislay a piece, you can always work out which one it is. If you get them all over the place, you can always put them back in order. Do as many as you like. I always think it's good to get maybe about 10 or a dozen levels, otherwise it's just a little too low. It's a little pointless. As you go, always test to see if they still fit. And as you're drawing them out, and this is why you use one to then draw to the next, because you do make it slightly bigger. Here you're going to see I'm shaping out the next level, and I'm adding in a step. So this piece is going to be considerably larger than the last one, but rather than just make the whole thing larger, I'm making a platform. Try to always have the bottom piece free so that it's a little easier to draw around. But as you can see there, I glued a few together. Here you can see I'm taking two pieces at once. Down to level 12 at the moment. This is as high as I'm going to make this particular spire. So you can see I am gluing all the pieces together, and I created a third little platform with a few extra little bits around the side. You can see there's a nice big elevation there, which are tall menus you can stand beside, and a few platforms that you can go up. Here we come to the puttying stage. You can see a few other pieces there that I had made. This was a terrain project that we did in the club. Multi-purpose filler, some sand and dirt, some water, a tray to mix it all in. The sand and dirt is to give it a bit of grit when you are painting it. And then just mix it all together in that container. Keep adding water till it gets to the consistency that you are happy with. Once you've got that to the right consistency, you are going to essentially paste it onto the terrain piece. You could also use paper mache. You could tape over it and then just paint like a rough texture over it. There's a number of different ways that you could do this. Plaster of Paris would also work quite well. And you can see there I'm getting it all into this crystal spire one that I had done. That was just a really, really quick demo piece that I did for the kids, for the club. Some of the other pieces that you can see in the background there are ones that they actually created themselves. As it was only in a club session, we ran out of time to get to this next step. Oftentimes you might have little sections that are very hard to get to. Using the end of a paintbrush is often a really simple way to just get into all the little nooks and crannies and just fill in every bit that you can't get to with either your fingers or any other tool. There we go, they're all done. Rub off the excess sand. Now we come to my favorite new product, Mod Podge. Big shout out to Black Magic Craft, and Jeremy over who runs that got me onto this particular product. This is one particular step which I hadn't done before, so the rough sand texture was a little bit harsh in the terrain boxes when all of the pieces go back together. This is absolutely brilliant. I can't tell you just how much I'm enjoying using this Mod Podge. It is a fantastic product. It's a lot like PVA glue, but it also has a varnish and a sealer in it as well. I went through and did all of the pieces. I put it all over that foam as well, and that really sealed up the foam. I could have done a spray on that foam after that, but didn't really need it. If you have any leftovers, this is something that I did on the spur of the moment. It was 2 failed prints for my 3D printer, and rather than throw them out, I had been keeping them thinking, oh, I'll turn them into stumps. I had the leftover putty, and so just stuck that in there. All right, here we come to the first round of painting. That is a grey paint that I mixed up and have a big batch. You can see there's some tubs of paint that I got from Bunnings. Paint grey over the entire piece. That is the base colour that I'm going to use. After that, I have 3 different browns and a green, very watered down. I splotch bits all over that just so that it gets right into the miniature, and it gives a different variation of colours all the way through it. Burnt umber there I'm not using very much, just get a little bit in there just to give some variety of colour. And then lastly I'm putting in just these little touches of green. It's like a leaf green there. I'm putting it in on the underneath of any of those risers, and just little bits here and there, just like as if it's a bit of moss. Okay, one of my favorite techniques of painting terrain, the dry brush. You can see that I'm wiping most of the paint off the brush. If you can put the paint on your finger and you fill in your fingerprint, you've got too much paint. You can see there in the background, I've got a number that I've already done, and here you can see me just rubbing the paintbrush back and forth. It will hit the raised up areas. That is what you want to do for dry brushing. You are not painting, you are simply essentially rubbing the paint on the raised areas. You'll just get the edges, the sand granules, and anything that is sort of sticking out from the miniature is what you will catch with that paint. With that lovely dry brushing, I really do love the effect, and you know, if you do it right, it'll be all white. Another technique that I've picked up from Black Magic Craft, Jeremy over there, his black wash. Unfortunately, this video is a little bit late today because I went out shopping to buy all of the pieces, all of the various different products to make this black wash, but I tell you what, it's going to be so worth it. The black wash is a bit more grey, but that's okay. It'll darken as I add more black later. Once that's dried, another very light dry brush over the top. You can see there that black wash has really taken on a new dimension with all of those various browns and what have you in there. These crystals were a demonstration only. They really, I'll do another video later on how to make crystals and do them properly. It ended up taking a few coats of that blue because it was fairly translucent. These are the three blues that I used, middle one being an aqua. Did a dry brush over the whole thing with that aqua, and then I'm highlighting now with a sky blue. Here's the finished product. Pretty happy with that. I'll probably go put flock on it later, but at the moment we cannot find the flock. Big garage cleanup. If you liked the tutorial, please like the video, consider subscribing. I'll try and get as many videos done as I can, but once term goes back, it could be very difficult to make these a regular thing. We'll see how we go. Here are some miniatures to show scale, all part of a hobby challenge that we're going through here at home. Painting one model a day. See you next time.